If you're familiar with the detailing world on YouTube, then I'm sure you already know who Jimbo is. He's the original podcasting detailer and sort of the pioneer of the torture test. And he recently came out with two products. First one up here is Pure Magic Cleaner, which I guess is, I haven't used this yet, but it's a hard spot remover. And it does say your new safer acid. So I'm assuming it's an acidic product, but you can use it on wheels, the exterior of the vehicle, all that kind of stuff with different dilution ratios that are listed on the side. We'll get into that at a later date. The one I'm going to be talking about today is Hard as Shell. Now, Hard as Shell, he states it is a water-based micro-emulsion formula that creates relentless water beading and keeps your car looking shinier and cleaner for longer. We say 6+ months of protection. So I've been testing this out. As you can see, I'm getting through the bottle here, and I'm confused because I've had some unbelievable results, and then I've had some so-so results that I'm confused by. And I want to clarify, guys, I don't think it's an issue with the product. More so the environment, possibly. We'll go into that here shortly, guys, but I want to cover, we did 3 different tests. The first one was on a customer's vehicle. This car is typically touched every week. I typically do a wash on this thing every week. I did the job and added this to it. Since then, it's been raining a lot in San Diego and the customer has not taken the car out, so it's going on 2 weeks there. I have not been able to inspect it. The second test is on my personal work truck. Now, all I did with that thing is wash it, just do a basic wash. I didn't do a full decontamination wash, anything like that. That thing was ceramic coated, oh boy, gosh, 8, 9 years ago. Oh my gosh, time flies. 8, 9 years ago. Since then, it's just been kind of my little test mule. I test a bunch of different products on it. And we have moved into a new location that is more country, so the sort of fallout from nature is different than what I'm used to in the past, so that may be a result, but I had a little bit of a weird situation there. We're gonna get into that one. I'll just let it run all the way through my whole experience. And then third, I tested it on a panel, side by side, to make sure that the result wasn't, I was really confused by it. And I have to say, on that side by side comparison, guys, absolutely unbelievable. So let's go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna start off with when I applied it to my customer's vehicle. This was my very first initial application of the product and my experience. So as I'm going through the vehicle, the car's been washed, dried, all that kind of good stuff. I took Jimbo's Hard as Shell and started applying it to the surface. I want to note that the product went on very easily. It didn't streak or anything like that. It went on very easily. Not even a lot of having to flip a towel and buff. It really just went on nice. This car is a super dark blue, charcoal black color. So you would see streaks and it did a phenomenal job. No streaking, it went on super easy. Initial application, my initial thoughts on the slickness was, it's slick, nothing crazy. But then once you get into, once it starts to dry and you're actually flipping the towel and going over it again, or going over a second pass or something like that, just kind of dusting, it starts to feel very slick. So I like that a lot about it. And then the other thing is just looking at the panel, guys. I didn't take a gauge or anything like that. Just anecdotally looking at it, the gloss was fantastic. The paint looked really good. So test number 1, just the application with my customer's car. Again, I'll be doing updates on that one as we go. But for now, all I have for you guys, since the car hasn't been out very much, all I have is the application. Test number 2 is going to be to my personal truck. Work truck, again, this thing's beat up. It's completely flat. There's no protection on the paint currently. It was completely flat. And there may be some contamination. I can't tell. This is the one I'm confused by. But I wanted to test this in a multitude of ways. I wanted to see, they don't advertise this as being able to spray it onto a wet surface and have protection. There are some products that are like that. I wanted to see if this one would do it. So I took the surface, you can see it's completely flat, and I sprayed this directly onto it. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into the video. You'll see that whole process. Here we go. All right, guys, so playing around with the Jimbo's Hard as Shell product. As you can see, my paint is completely unprotected currently. It is completely flat. I'll just show you here, it's pressure washing. Paint is, the water is just completely sitting on there. Now I'm gonna take the Jimbo's Hard as Shell, and they don't he didn't talk about anything about spraying it onto a wet panel, and it actually states that you do have, it starts to cure right away, but there are some, let's see here, what was, take 1 microfiber towel, wipe over the surface, allowing the matrix micro emulsion formula to bond to the surface. So I'm assuming that's a required step, but I just wanna see if you can apply this wet. Let's just go ahead and see. So we'll spray it on, okay, right there. Let's go ahead and rinse that off now. And see, you can see exactly where I sprayed it and where the overspray went. So, yeah, so I'm assuming that's not gonna be as good as if it was fully cured, but immediate difference. I mean, you can see here is where I sprayed it, overspray went there, everything else is completely flat. I just lightly missed it here. You can see exactly where it was sprayed and where it's fighting it off. All right, so slowing down already. It's probably just getting rinsed off. It didn't have that proper cure time. It's still working for sure. But let's go ahead and dry the truck off now. I actually just washed it down. I'm gonna dry the whole truck down now, and then I will apply this as normal, and then we'll test it after 24 hours. Again, as soon as you start to do the buff, that's where it gets nice and slick. Again, not the slickest, but still very slick. And I like the sort of dumb nature of this product. It's just, you know, wipe it on, get coverage, and then buff it out. Make sure it's all good. So I'm gonna go to the other side real quick. I mean, yeah, look at that. Towel doesn't want to stop. Just keeps on going. So to be fair, it may not feel the slickest in my hand, but it is, I mean, that's a fair result, right? It's definitely not sticking to the panel, and you guys saw there was no protection on this thing, so that's good. All right, no need to have you guys watch this whole thing. I'm gonna go around this whole thing. We're gonna come back tomorrow and throw some water on it and test the water behavior of it, and then I'm just gonna do real world style testing here, guys. Like I said, the customer that I did today, I will do again next week. So that car is very well taken care of. I wash it every week. It's garaged very well. This truck, on the other hand, is my work truck. It stays outside, it gets the elements, so I wanted to have both to kind of compare back and forth. So we'll start off the whole thing. We'll kind of update this as we go and see how it works. All right, guys, now I did state we'll wait 24 hours and come back and start testing it. Well, that didn't happen. So I did that in the evening. I applied it in the evening, went overnight. Now where I live, it does get some, it didn't rain, but there may be some fog, so some moisture in the air, okay? So just as a caveat, that could have happened. And then about, not 24 hours, 36, yeah, 2 days later, I would say, it rained a good amount, especially for San Diego. It was a lot of rain, and it rained probably 4 out of the 7 days. And then when I actually finally got around to inspecting this and actually testing it, was about 10 days. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into that video now. Alrighty guys, so here is the truck, right? So it's not terrible. The hood actually looks incredibly glossy still, which is fantastic. That's great from the product. It's looking really good there. Now it has been rained on, right? So as you can see, the paint's not in perfect condition by any means, but it has been rained on. So that's why it's not super dirty. The sides, however, are quite dirty. I was trying out a new tire dressing, and I really just laid it on thick and just let it kind of fling, especially because I wanted to test this out as well. So we have a lot of that stuff built up. So we're gonna go ahead and wash this thing down and see how the product's actually performing in real world conditions. Again, guys, this is now, let's see, 10 days since I applied the product. Haven't done anything else to it. We're not doing a full torture test. Jimbo's the guy for that, right? If you want to see a torture test, he did do that already with his product. So we're just going to be doing real world stuff to see how it's performing. I will say the week up to doing this has been raining a lot, and I have been kind of looking at it, and I'll show pictures of that here. It actually looks super good, beating a ton of water. If you remember well, in the beginning of the video, the hood was completely flat, and it's beating up really nicely. So let's go ahead and do a wash process now. We're going to go ahead and just rinse the vehicle down. I'll foam it using, I have it right over here. I'm just gonna use Geon Bathe. Then I'll do my contact wash, rinse it off, and we'll inspect it. No drying aids, nothing like that on top. We're just gonna inspect it that way and see how it's performing. So guys, what I did here is I just started off purely with rinsing the vehicle. That's it, just water. I am using deionized water out of an active 2.0 pressure washer, getting 1100 at 1.9 something gallons per minute, right? Good water flow. And as you can see, all the contamination that was on the side is coming right off from it. So it's doing a good job of protecting whatever's there. So I like that a lot. When I started to, then I went in and foamed it. I used my MJJC foam cannon. It was the SV3 that I used in this case, and I used Geon Bathe, which is a nice pH neutral soap. Like I really like that soap a lot. So I foamed the whole vehicle down and then went in for my contact wash. In this case, I actually used an auto fiber mitt on the Stick Pro, just because I wanted the extra reach. I was already filming with something mounted here, so it was just the most efficient way for me to do it, just to get it done quickly and test it. So I did that, started rinsing it off, and as I'm rinsing it off, that's where it got a little confusing to me. The sides looked pretty good. The sides were still performing very, very well. However, the hood is quite flat, and I don't understand what was going on there. So I rinsed the whole hood down. Again, it was completely, it's flat. I noticed the water was starting to sort of flash off faster than normal, but it wasn't beating the way I expected it to, but it was definitely still fighting it off. So I went around the rest of the car still, rinsing everything off. All the overspray that hit the hood was beating up like crazy. That looked really, really good. It's just I was definitely able to flood the panel. So I don't know. That's the part I'm confused by. It definitely is still protecting it. And guys, I'll show you some video here of on the truck. This was within that 10-day period throughout different times. So again, a lot of rain, all that kind of stuff. And I'll show you a walk around the truck. It's beating water really, really well. The protection is fantastic. Like you can see it there. What confuses me is the flooding on the hood. And again, I don't have any explanation for that. Jimbo, I'm sure you'll watch this, man. Please comment down below, and then let's get on a call and see exactly what we think could be going on there. Again, I moved into a different area of town. There's more agricultural stuff, I guess, going around here. We have cows not far away. So I don't know, is there stuff in the air that's causing weird things to happen and clog things sooner than it should? I don't know. I guess I probably should have sprayed it with this to see if it would unclog it. Next video, we'll do that as well. But anyways, guys, from there, third test is on the panel, and that's where it reiterated my confidence in this product. And that was, I tested it with 4 different products. I'm not gonna name those other ones. One of them is a brand new product that I've been playing with and I haven't been like super impressed with. It's an okay product. The other one is also a new product that I do like. And then the third one, the other third outside of this is a product that I've used in the past a lot. Now in this test, I literally taped it off, applied each of them, didn't let them cure. I applied them, buffed it out, applied it, buffed it out. Did not let it cure. It was probably maybe on there for 5 minutes and started washing it just with water to see the water behavior, and then soaked it down and did a contact wash with it. And this stuff, guys, you'll see in the video, it's phenomenal. The amount of water repellency is that of a true ceramic coating. Like a lot of times you can point your pressure washer at the panel and you'll still see flooding around. And this one you see a little bit, but other than that, right where it impacts, it's blowing the water off. It doesn't want to let the water stick. You let it go and it drops down and looks really, really good. So it looks like a ceramic coating in that case. Again, the only thing I'm confused by is the 10 days on my truck on the hood. And again, I don't know. I did not do a full contamination wash. There may have been something going on there. So moving forward, guys, I will be doing more tests with this because so far I like it a lot. The side-by-side test on that panel really blew me away. Like it looks really, really good on that. Again, I'm not doing a torture test. That's Jimbo's territory. He throws all sorts of stuff at these things. And in his test, it performs super, super well. I've seen other people online saying it's performing super well. Mine was just, my intention was to do a real world test. And again, I just don't know because I haven't lived in this house that long, I don't know if my real world test is different than what my test would have been before. Again, I want to share this whole experience with you guys, tell you my opinion on it. And so far, so good. I do like the product a lot. I have tested other products on that truck, and same thing with the hood recently. And the hood didn't protect, this looked better than that, but still just not as good as that test panel for sure, or as the side. So I'm just confused by that. I honestly do not think that it's an issue with the product. I think it's something to do with what's going on with the hood of my truck or the area and what's falling onto the truck and clogging something. So that's it, guys. The Jimbos hard as shell ceramic spray coating. Yeah, I mean, hard as shell, like I said, on the test panel, man, I was getting real ceramic results. Like it was really blasting that water off, not letting it stick. Maybe I didn't do a heavy enough application when I did the application on my truck. I didn't spray it directly on. I sprayed it into a towel and applied it. I did that same thing with the test panel as well, but maybe I didn't go as heavy. I don't know, because the same thing even on the sides of the truck, sometimes you could see the top layer wasn't fighting it off as much. The lower panel was, which is the opposite of a lot of others. Usually that area gets clogged, so I'm thinking it was probably an application error. The application of this is super easy. However, I probably just didn't go enough. It's a white truck. I couldn't see, where it's going. So now I know next time I'm just gonna go a little heavier handed with the product, but no scent to this stuff, right? And he actually mentioned in one of his videos, he could have added a scent. He did not, because he said it affected the way it was performing. So that was purely like, hey, I want this thing to perform the best it can. No scent, because that affected it negatively. So I absolutely appreciate that. Now, Jimbo is a mobile detailer himself, or at least was. I know he has a shop now as well. And guys, this stuff in direct sunlight, I've used it that way, and it's, like I said, extremely, extremely easy to use. So again, guys, I will update you later on the customer's vehicle once I get back out there this upcoming Friday to test it out. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that helps you. Please make sure to like the video, make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one.